Rumors are that allegedly Bravo may have delivered Marlo some bad news this week. What was it all about? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Bravo may have delivered Marlo some bad news this week. What was it all about? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more. And here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Real Housewives of Atlanta cast member Marlo Hampton received some bad news from the network this week. As season 14 of Real Housewives of Atlanta comes to a close, industry insiders say that the network could have allegedly delivered some bad news regarding Marlo's on-air performance. Insiders say of all the housewives this season, Marlo scored the lowest on the fan favorite metric system. This system is allegedly used as the foundational tool that helps the network track the ladies' performances and also may determine if they return next season. Insiders say that Marlo had the worst season for a first-time peach holder in recent memory. Her performance was just horrible, said the source. So, with such high unfavorability numbers from fans, will the network bring Marlo back as a peach holder next season? Well, sources say that the network is being tight-lipped about next season's casting and admit that right now it looks like Marlo could be demoted back to friend of the show. Industry insiders say that Marlo could ultimately return as a peach holder. However, her numbers aren't looking too good. She's just not a lovable villain, ended the source. A person close to production says that allegedly everyone behind the scenes was very disappointed in Marlo's performance too. Many people were counting on Marlo to deliver and make fans not miss Nene. However, it appears, said the source, that Marlo allowed her ego to get in the way. Can she turn things around? Sources say, with a horrible season performance and an alleged horrible reunion performance, it may be extremely hard for her to undo the damage. Other housewives have done it in the past, but unlike them, Marlo doesn't seem to have the fight that she needs to turn things around, ended the source. Now, kinfolk, when I heard this rumor about Marlo scoring low on the fan favorability metric system, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised because of two reasons, or two things. If you have been following this season, you already know that a lot of fans have just not been liking Marlo's performance. They have not liked this new Marlo who they are seeing. And then when you get in more depth on her performance and what I've been hearing behind the scenes all season long, then I'm not surprised, if you are to believe this rumor, that Marlo scored low on the fan favorability metric system, because we've been hearing complaints about her performance all season long. But from what I've been reading and hearing from my sources, Marlo fumbled her peach and her first season as a formal peach holder in 3 ways. And the first way she fumbled her peach is this. Sources say Marlo simply was not being herself. And we can kind of tell a little bit. And what I mean by that is that we're known Marlo to be about the fashions. I was really hoping that Marlo was really going to show us a lot of her business side of her brand and of her personality. And then I thought on the other end, she was going to be the person who kind of mediated the drama between the ladies. I in no way expected Marlo to become the quote-unquote villain for this season. I really thought when the season first filmed and she started doing her archive and she opened up her archive with the big event, I just knew it was going to be a whole season of us seeing Marlo doing her thing and being a boss and being a housewife. Because she's had such a long time to get a formula together. She had such a long time to see how it was done behind the scenes. So I just knew that she was going to hit the ground running. And from what my sources say, that Marlo just simply wasn't being herself. And when I asked one of my sources, is it that she wasn't being herself, or was it just we're just now getting a full scope of who Marlo is, and it's just not familiar to us based off the 10 or 15 minutes of on air time that she's had in seasons past? And from what I was told from people behind the scenes who have allegedly worked with Marlo in the past, they just say for some reason she was not coming off as herself on camera. Now, kinfolk, when I think about that, the only thing I can see that Marlo not really being herself on camera this season, and I think it was pretty much her kind of backing down from things she has said and how she has been feeling. Because this season we noticed that she kind of gaslit people a lot of times. And when she was gaslighting people, I kind of felt like she was trying to mask her wrongdoing or mask how she really felt and try to put on the other person. So that's why I kind of feel like the only area in which I feel like she wasn't being herself. The second area that my sources say that Marlo fumbled her peach in is this. My sources say that they were very shocked that Marlo had not studied Noene Leakes as the reference for her first season performance as an official peach holder. A lot of people I know behind the scenes just knew that Marlo had learned so much from Noene, from literally being her understudy for almost 10 years. And they were really counting on her to bring that Noene-esque flow to the show and have that Noene-esque presence that kind of made fans forget that Noene's no longer on the show. And so I think that they were very disappointed because they just knew that she had learned so much from Noene. And from my sources are saying that they were surprised at how very little she did learn. Now, I did ask my source, could it be the fact that she did learn things from Noene, but however, considering how Noene ended her time on the show and how things kind of panned out for Noene, did she kind of feel that route wasn't the best route to take for her and her future presence on the show? And then so my sources were saying yes and no, because there are just certain things about Noene that just worked on camera. It was the sassy shade. It was the over-the-top presence whenever she entered into a room. All characteristics that they say they saw from Marlo in seasons past, and they just knew that it was going to be elevated this season when she became an official peach holder. However, that performance just seemed to fall flat. Which leads me to the next thing and the last thing that my sources say that Marlo did that really contributed to her fumbling her peach. And it's this. My sources are saying that Marlo did a very a very good job at burning down her bridges. And what my sources were saying by burning down her bridges, and what I kind of took from that was the fact how she really just destroyed her relationship with Kandi. And it kind of goes back to the second fumble, how Noene burned her bridge with Andy. And you would think, or at least you would have thought, that Marlo would have learned her lesson not to burn down your bridges with very influential people at the network. Now, Kandi is not a producer. She is not an executive on the show. However, Kandi is, in my opinion, an OG. She's been there for 13 seasons. She's only missed one season, so I take Kandi as an OG. And she's the only housewife who has had so many spinoffs, which means she has a pretty good reputation with the network. And it seems like she should have taken a note, actually from Kenya, on how to hit the bridge, but not completely destroy the bridge. And so now Marlo fumbled her bag in a very major way. My sources are saying that if she does come back next year in an official capacity as a peach holder, she might spend her whole season trying to get back on Kandi's good terms, because at the end of the day, Kandi is a power player in the group and with the group dynamic. And I'm not saying that Marlo has to kiss Candice, but or has to do what Kandi is producing her or trying to produce her to do. I'm just saying that when you start burning down these bridges and when you start doing it in a very vigorous way, in a very aggressive way that Marlo did, it makes things turn dark. And as you know, we have been trying to get production to move away from that dark side of filming the ladies on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's been working so far this season, and we're just hoping, at least I am, that Marlo doesn't revert back to that dark energy that she kind of did display when she completely burned her bridge down with Kandi and disrespecting Kandi in her marriage. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe these rumors, and they're all speculation, do you think Marlo really did have a horrible season as a first-time peach holder? Or do you think it wasn't necessarily a horrible season, just bad editing? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.